Hey YouTube, me again. So I'm standing here in one of our server rooms. For those of us who have been around here a while, we call this room the Cage Room, or formerly the Wikia Room, because at one point the Wikia Foundation was going to take up residence in here and the name stuck. As many of you know, but maybe some of you don't, 950 Charter has been host to probably dozens, if not hundreds, of open source projects over the years. Everything from Internet Archive to the FreeBSD Foundation to the NetBSD Foundation. Pretty much every major open source organization has had something to do with our network over the years. And as we've transitioned to not trying to be a tier 1 network provider and not trying to host people inside our building, because it's a market that is constantly getting more difficult to manage, the need to have server rooms has gone away. Over the last few weeks, I've been moving some machines that are responsible for building and testing our own software off to another data center. And this here, as you can see, is what's left. It's largely empty. There's a few machines here that are powered off and still due to move. But for the most part, we're pretty much clear. The thing I'm gonna do with you guys together today is I'm gonna take a step outside of our server room, which we've been listening to for years and years as we wander the building. The background hum, it's like the USS Enterprise. There's always that latent hum going on. And these are the data center grade air conditioners that have been cooling them for years, pretty reliably. There's an ancient UPS over here. It dates from the late 80s. One of the fun projects I've done over the years is figuring out how to monitor this and discovering that somewhere in there's actually an Ethernet wire is terrifying. If anyone ever wants to try and connect to that serial port right underneath the danger high voltage sign, you're a braver man than me. As you can see, the UPS claims it's at a 4% load, which is realistically just the routers that are keeping the building fiber up. We still have 40 gigs of dark fiber coming in here, 10 gigs over CWDM, 4 pairs going for a pair of routers in 529 Bryant to a pair of routers here, and those have even been destined for future work later. So over the next week, I'm probably going to be pulling that down and bringing it to the barest essentials to keep the building's security camera and Wi-Fi for myself and whoever else is here down. But this, it's time to sleep, old friend. They've been doing a good job for years. They're probably going to stay with the building, and whoever takes it over is likely going to sell them for scrap. But they don't know what they're going to be sitting on. This room, including my network core over there, is enough to be cooled by just a standing fan and the ambient air in the room. At this point, those few fans we hear left are largely just dead systems at this point. So, end of an era. Take care, folks.